Okay, workbook time.
Big Ugly Hand is here.
Okay.
Okay, this is the workbook pages this is the workbook section for pages 50 and 51. And this says A, write. And we have 3 new ones, so let's just go ahead and remember what these are.
Next to.
In front of.
Behind.
Okay, now let's start with this one. I think each time we're talking about this black cat. So in the first picture, is it in front of the spotted cat, or next to the spotted cat, or behind the spotted cat? In this case, it's next to. So I will write next to. So I start with N, next, space, to. Next to. In picture number 2, I'll cross off next to. It's the black cat again. And this time, is it in front of or behind? Well, in this case, it's in front of. So we'll write this. In, space, front of. And cross that off. Now there's only one left. So the black cat here is behind the spotted cat. B-E-H-I-N-D, behind. And part A is done already. Okay, this is part B, and it says read and check. We're going to make sentences with there. And if it's one thing, we can say there is or there's. And if it's more than one, we can say there are. And in our student books, it looked like this. Okay, let's read the sentence and look at the right picture. There's a stove next to the refrigerator. This one, here's a table next to the refrigerator, and here is a stove. So that's the right one. Number 2, there's a table in front of the sofa. They both have sofas, but in this one, the table is in front, and in this one, the table is next to. So here, we should check the first picture. Number 3 says, there are lamps behind the bed. Both of them have the same bed, and in this picture the lamps are behind, and in this picture the lamps are next to. So again, I'm going to check the first picture. Number 4 says, there are telephones in front of the window. Okay, well there's one cordless phone and one cell phone in the picture. And in the first picture, yeah, they're in front, and in the second picture they're next to the window. So again, the first picture. And all done. Okay, this is part C, and part C says, look, read, and write. And we have a yes/no question. So let's go ahead and remember what our answers are. Good. If we ask, is there, then we can say, yes, there is, or no, there isn't. Let's look at the pictures and figure it out. Is there a bathtub next to the sink? Well, here's the sink. Here's next to. Yes, there's a bathtub. So we'll go, yes, there is. Yes, there is. Number 2, is there a lamp behind the TV? Okay, well, here's the TV, and behind it would be back here. So no, there isn't a lamp there. So we can say no, comma, space. And they said there, so we have to use that too. There isn't. Okay, number 3. Is there a telephone next to the sink? Okay, let's find the sink. Here's the sink. Next to is here or here. Yep, there is a telephone there. So that is yes. Yes, there is. All right, and number 4 says, is there a TV behind the bed? Okay, that's a little bit harder, but here's the bed. So behind the bed would be back here, or even it could be over here too. The TV is not here or here, so I would say no. So no, there isn't. All right, and part C is done. Okay, and we're ready to do the last part. This is part D, and it says look, read, and check. And here we have the same yes-no question, but instead of talking about just one thing, we're talking about more than one. So we're saying are. Are there the Okay, we have two answers we can pick here. Either yes, there are, or no, there aren't. So let's look at the picture and figure it out. Number 1, are there lamps next to the bed? Well, here's the bed, and here's next to. 1, 2. So yes, there are. Are there windows behind the bed? Here's the bed. Here's behind. 1, 2 windows. Yes, there are. Are there telephones next to the bed? Here's the bed. Next to, no telephone. Next to, no telephone. So no, there aren't. Done. Good work.